Baltimore champion, Ross Merriam on your right, and I don't know if you knew this, but Austin Collins top 8 last weekend too.
Oh, I didn't.
Yeah.
Why didn't I know that? I was looking at everything last weekend. What's wrong with me?
Bzzz. I have a feeling Ross won that game.
The game is over.
I have a.
Hey, we're having a lot of magic on this round here.
I'm getting a good look at Ross's face. I got a feeling he won that game.
Well, I saw Austin was at 13, and I saw a tapped thing in the ice.
Yeah.
And then I saw 2 lightning bolts go to the face, and then it was over. Okay, I'm gonna say a thing. Okay.
This could go literally anywhere.
Okay. No, we have a promo first. Oh.
No, you can say your thing first. I got some time to fill.
Okay.
Looks like Ross is digging around in his sideboard.
I tested with Ross's list before the Baltimore Open.
All right.
I just couldn't sleep one day, and I woke up at 7 a.m. and I was like, all right, I'm gonna just go play some Magic. Fired up Moto. Built the deck. Went 1-3.
Okay.
It was like, yeah, this deck's not good.
Okay.
Ross wins the tournament. Okay.
Okay.
My losses were to Ironworks,
Mm-hmm.
Scape Shift,
Mm-hmm.
and Amulet Titan.
3 decks that don't interact.
3 decks that don't interact and go way over the top of you and have very few targets for things like Lightning Bolt and Gut Shot.
Okay.
Right? Ross played against none of those over the last 2 tournaments he played.
Good pairings.
Is that deck?
Good pairings.
No, that's possible. It's right in the perfect spot in the metagame. However, he's playing against Austin Collins now, playing Ironworks. I think he might have stolen game 2, but I don't know if he'll be able to do it again for game 3.
That's why it's best of 3. We're going to find out.
It is best of 3.
We got a little promotion here for the holidays. We already went over the holiday sale.
I was right. We did have a promo.
But you can also give the gift of SCG. Drink it in, man. We got gift packs, game nights. That's an Ultimate Guard archive. That's embarrassing. I should have known that. It's an Ultimate Guard archive.
You're fired.
That's an Ultimate Guard boulder. Ultimate Guard UX Supreme sleeves. We got some Creature Collection sleeves, some Star City Games, the Matte sleeves, Tarmadice, hoodies, binders, and so much more. Go to starcitygames.com/SCG merch. See what gift of SCG you can give.
I'll say this.
Yes.
Callie brought home one of those hoodies the other day.
Smart.
It is nice.
It was a nice hoodie.
Feels
yeah.
good.
It's a nice hoodie.
I always like the hoodies that have the zipper all the way up the front. I don't like the ones that have like the pocket that goes from all the way to the left to all the way to the right. The pullovers. Pullover hoodies.
What are you talking
okay,
about?
there's hoodies that have a zipper that go all the way down the front.
Yeah.
And there's hoodies that don't have a zipper on the front at all, and they're just pullovers.
Oh, okay. So
I
you
hate
like
pullovers.
Oh, okay. Now I understand.
This one is a zipper.
Because you said zipper left to right, and I'm like, what kind of hoodie are you
that
wearing?
pocket from left to right.
Okay, now I understand.
You know what I'm saying.
Now I understand that.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean,
No.
I like both. It just depends on the hoodie.
Sure.
That's all. I can rock both.
I mean, if it's a Bootio's hoodie,
I can rock them all.
We're definitely on that one.
Austin Collins starts things off with a Darksteel Citadel, Terrarian, Mox Opal, while Ross just has a Flooded Strand. This might be kind of what you're talking about here, where Austin Collins can go very fast and very over the top as he'll play an Ichor Wellspring.
Yeah, I mean, Ross has done a good job of finding a reasonable amount of space in his sideboard for things like Ceremonious Rejection, Spell Pierce, even sometimes Surgical Extraction, pretty good in this matchup, as well as 2 copies of Abrade. These are all points of interaction where he could effectively disrupt the Ironworks combo to give himself enough time to win with something like Thing in the Ice or Arclight Phoenix. But if Austin just casts something like the 3-mana Master Thopterus. There it is. Outside of Thing in the Ice, Ross does not have a way to beat that card.
And Austin, off of his Ichor Wellspring, drew a copy of Sai. Now, Ross is going to do a little opting. He'll keep that card. It's a Thought Scour. And now he'll draw a card. He's found a copy of Thing in the Ice. To note, in Ross's hand, he does have a copy of Surgical Extraction. We'll see if that works itself into the equation. Ross will play a Scalding Tarn, very quickly sacrifice that, so he'll fall down to at least 16, as he'll play a copy of Thing in the Ice.
If I'm not mistaken, Ross also has a Ceremonious Rejection in hand. So he could sit on his heels, right, and just try to play this longer game. But against a deck like Ironworks, that's just not feasible. And you can't hold up a counterspell when you have no pressure on your opponent. So Ross wisely plays the Thing in the Ice, but gets it pounded by a Galvanic Blast.
Collins is thinking about playing Sai, but he's going to slow himself down a little bit here, as he will take a moment to cut Ross's deck and then think a little bit more about his turn.
I'm not sure that he has a land to play. He might be thinking on whether or not he should activate Terrarion here to try to find a land to be able to play a 1-mana follow-up.
Well, there's Sai, so he's going to keep it simple. Just play Sai, Master Thopterus, and simply pass the turn back. Sai is a huge addition for this deck. Whenever you cast an artifact spell, create a 1/1 colorless Thopter artifact creature token with flying. You can pay 1 and a blue and sacrifice 2 artifacts to draw a card. In combination with Ironworks and many other things in this deck, it's very, very, very powerful.
Here you see Ross drawing a second copy of Thing in the Ice here. That's going to be hugely important for beating Sai, which is a big brick wall for this Is That Phoenix deck.
Now, the scariest thing here, if you're Ross, is you just hope you don't die this turn, as Collins will draw a card. Picked up another copy of Galvanic Blast, which is a pretty nice draw step there for Austin.
Ross had the out of using Surgical Extraction on the Galvanic Blast to protect this Thing in the Ice while Austin was tapped out. Getting punished here for not doing so, and I don't blame him. That Surgical Extraction has a lot of value at stopping the actual Ironworks combo.
Yeah, I'd be shocked if that's how he wants to use Surgical Extraction in this matchup. As it stands, Galvanic Blast has ended up being very, very, very good. We have seen some players play Lightning Bolt in that spot instead of Galvanic Blast. Collins opting to go with the 4 damage spell. Though it is conditional, it's not a hard condition for this deck to meet as we head back over to Merriam.
Yeah, 3 artifacts. That's a walk in the park, fam.
Faithless Looting now here for Ross. One of the most powerful cards Modern will be played. Lightning Bolt and Faithless Looting are the draws.
Second bolt there from Ross is going to allow him to double bolt the side to contain those Thopters, as well as a Faithless Looting letting him discard this Arclight Phoenix here. Looking pretty good for Ross as long as he has that second red source of mana.
I think I see a Polluted Delta in the grip right now. Now, it is tough because you don't want to use 2 spells to kill 1 creature, but I think Sai actually kind of warrants that because Sai is just going to dominate this battlefield if he doesn't kill it.
Oh, I completely agree. Sai represents a lot more than just a single card. Every artifact that Austin plays generates a 1/1 Thopter, and at any point, Austin can start using excess mana to sacrifice any number of artifacts to draw a card for every 2 sacrificed.
Ross is going to search up a Steam Vents with the Polluted Delta. He'll fall down to 10. Life total, not really all that important if you're Merriam here. They're normally going to kill you with a combo finish unless they generate a ton of Thopters, in which case you're probably already screwed anyway. So him going down to 10 is not the end of the world, as now here is a Bolt. There's another Bolt.
Ross's last 2 cards are Ceremonious Rejection and Surgical Extraction.
That's actually pretty good.
That's a pretty good last 2 cards here. Clearing off that Sai and having an attacker for 3.
Well, this is what we talked about in the pregame show, right? This is part of the reason you like this deck. Ross gets to see so many cards. There's Surgical. Surgical looks like it's going to go after Sai, which, okay, I'm down with that. Because Ross has no answer to a future Sai.
I'm not sure life totals are correct. I think the spotter may have thought the bolts were going to the dome.
Yeah,
there
nope,
it is.
We're down to 17.
Yeah, I actually like taking care of Sai here. With the Ceremonious Rejection, you have the Ironworks combo wrapped up.
Chromatic Sphere, Ancient Stirrings, Scrap Trawler in hand right now for Austin Collins. Ross will take a little look, take care of another Sai.
Yeah, and taking care of the side during the draw step actually gives Austin one more draw phase to draw a Sai and get that potentially stripped out of his hand from Surgical. A little trick with Surgical Extraction and cards like it for those of you who are unaware.
So here's my fear right now if I'm Ross. I'm at 8. And I probably have to counter the Scrap Trawler if it gets played, because if Scrap Trawler's on the battlefield along with the Thopter, I could just lose the race.
Oh yeah, no. I was gonna cut you off and say, no, you counter it.
But then I might just be dead to an Ironworks if it shows up.
Yeah, but that's like next turn's problem. You know?
That's a problem for future Ross?
Yeah. Current Ross's problem is that he has to beat a Scrap Trawler.
Well, Austin Collins is going to start his turn by sacrificing Terrarian. And he will get some mana here. We'll see what colors he wants. It's going to be 2 green. Draw a card. Darksteel Citadel is what he's found. And he's going to play an Ancient Stirrings with 1 green floating. So top 5 cards here for Collins. Terrarian, Ichor, Wellspring. There's Ironworks. Now Ross has got to make a real decision.
Yeah, now I think it's possible you just... I mean, even with the Buried Ruin in play, though, I think, like, there's enough redundancy from Austin's side that I think you actually just have to counter the Scrap Trawler still. And this was the problem I was running into while playing the Is That Phoenix deck, especially against things like Ironworks combo. They just have so much redundancy they're just naturally resilient to interaction.
It's worth mentioning that Buried Ruin that's out there on the battlefield because Ross's clock is not particularly fast, which means that Austin isn't in that big of a rush to,
Right.
I got a Buried Ruin right now. It's just not. It's not the way that it is. Here's an opt here from Merriam. Top card will become the bottom one now, and he'll draw. Picked up a copy of Manamorphose. That could be anything. Part of me feels like Ross is supposed to fire this off right now.
Yeah. I mean, the hinge of this game was definitely the second thing in the ice getting killed with a peeled Galvanic Blast.
Yeah.
That was that was the thing that changed the texture of the whole game.
It'll be an attack here for 3. And Ross will pass the turn back. So now if you're Merriam, you have to hope for the best and hope that things don't get too hairy here. But if you're Austin Collins, you got to be feeling pretty good about your situation because you can tap out for Ironworks, have some amount of confidence that it can resolve.
I'm going to go get a coffee. Is that okay? Because I don't...
Only if you bring me one back.
Okay.
It's got to be a chai, though. Coffee's disgusting.
Well, they don't have chai in the convention center.
Well, then you have to stay in the booth.
I'll go to Starbucks.
Then, nope, you have to stay in the booth then.
BRB, dog. Look, my brain's already going to check out in the next 30 seconds.
Noted.
Anyway. I mean, he's going to cast Ironworks. He's going to sacrifice like 5 things, you know.
Well, I don't even know if he's going to sacrifice anything this turn. There's a chance that he might. And the only reason I say that is this. Like, if I'm Austin, I want to play Ironworks with all of my mana that's not Buried Ruin so I can get back Scrap Trawler.
Yeah, but then you give Ross the chance to peel a Braid.
Yeah.
And if he peels a Braid and kills the Ironworks, like, you're set back effectively 2 turns, you know.
Because, like, what I'd like to do this turn, and Austin doesn't have another land to play, is I'd love to play Ironworks without using Buried Ruin, then sacrifice a Wellspring, draw a card, use Buried Ruin, get back Scrap Trawler, and the game's going to end. So Austin's going to be a little bit more cautious as now he's drawn a copy of Grove of the Burn Willows. Has 1 green mana floating. That'll be the land drop for the turn. Still will have to use the Buried Ruin to actually deploy the Ironworks. So I'm not convinced he'll do it this turn. And now I know he won't because there's no mana in his pool. And he's going to attack for 1 and pass the turn back.
Yeah, I mean, he's not under a ton of pressure from Ross, so I think waiting is fine. Ooh, Ross getting really greedy here. Forgetting, perhaps, that you can just, I don't know, cast Arclight Phoenix.
Well, I think this is better. Because if he finds a 1-mana counterspell, like he just did, in Spell Pierce, he can play on. Because, like, is he realistic winning the game if he plays Arclight Phoenix this turn? No. You know he has Ironworks.
Well, he doesn't know Austin has Ironworks.
Yes,
right?
he does. He's stirring
found
into
out
it.
the stirring.
Yeah,
Right.
he knows. So I like this play.
Fine. He got super lucky, though. Peeled the Spell Pierce.
Got to give yourself the best chance to win.
That's fair. That's fair. Yeah, after sideboard, he has 2 Rejection and 1 Spell Pierce. He's already played 1 Rejection. I mean, I guess you're right. Like, casting the Phoenix is not a winning line. Looting into an piece of interaction is potentially a game winning. So
Yeah,
that's fair.
if he spikes Ceremonious Rejection, it's pretty big. Like, this is the downfall for Austin for waiting for a turn. Now Austin drew a land.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Now there's Ironworks. Now if you're Ross, pretty sure you have to pierce this.
Yeah,
Okay.
that just shuts down the Buried Ruin for a turn. So now Ross can, well,
He can peel to a Braid.
Yeah, peel on a Braid is nice. Wow, I was going to say that might be the most aggressive attack I've ever seen. Ross could just go bolt you cantrip spell and kill you if you attack.
Yeah, that's true. There are some bad things that could happen if Austin does attack. I'm curious to see how deep Austin wants to go this turn. Looks like he's going to start by sacrificing your Wellspring. Because he can win this turn on this battlefield.
Yeah, it's pretty hard. I mean, he's sacrificing an equity out of 2 Scrap Trawlers, getting back 2 1-mana cantrips.
Sacrifice another artifact, found a forest. Yeah, so he just picked up a couple of lands here.
Yeah, I mean, with the Buried Ruin in hand on the battlefield, I think waiting a turn is a little bit better. But I mean, that's again, I will always defer to the Ironworks pilot.
Oh, he's going to go to the
Spine
spine.
of Ishtar? Oh, man.
How?
Ang.
The spine's going to come down. This is a new addition to Ironworks decks. It's a one-of as this deck continues to evolve. And the spine allows you to destroy target permanent. Now there's an attack. You're a little worried about this attack?
If he draws a cantrip into a lightning bolt, the game ends. There's a Manamorphose.
All right.
If he peels lightning bolt or a cantrip into a lightning bolt.
No! No!
Oh my god! Oh my god! He did it! Oh my god! He did it! What am I doing? What are you doing?
No! Oh! Oh, you called it! You called it! Oh, Ross Merriam gonna win this game and match over Austin Collins 2-1. You know what?